Slovenia, that is the Slovenian tourist board. And this project is focused on the tourism of the First World War. But let me step back just to introduce a little bit the importance of bordering areas for tourism. Bordering areas are usually interesting for people that want to discover new places and know new people speaking different languages and taste different flavors in a short distance. And usually border is a line that divides the country, but in the same time is the door that allows to enter in a new world. And the side of the border, two sides of the border are influence each other because people living there is used to switch, to move, to get in and out for many different reasons, job, family, shopping, sports, friends, and so on. I think that for people coming from places where there is just one culture, one single culture, the opportunity to visit places where the cultural integration is not a political issue, but is just a standard way of life, is really charming. And is a great opportunity for tourism, just because I think that could really increase the possibility to have a good economical result. I think that the border between Friuli and Julia and Slovenia is a good example of what I'm talking about. And even if more or less 100 years ago, just along this border, more or less, there was one of the most important sections of the front of the First World War, the zones of front, and so that in these areas we were fighting. Today, this section, this border represents a site where we can find a lot of historical places, remembering us just some of the important events happened during the First World War, like the 12th Battle of Isonzo and for Italian people very famous defeat of Coburg, the defeat of Caporetto. Today, this line represents the border between Slovenia and Italy, more or less, and is an area characterized by a unique historical heritage surrounded by beautiful landscapes. And you can find so many planches and open-air museums, sports, and so on. And starting from the next year, the celebration of the centenary for the First World War will begin. And this is a good opportunity for tourists because there are so many people from all over the world that want to visit and to discover, to see the places where these important events, one of the most important events of the 19th century, that is the First World War, took place. Italian region, Friuli Venezia Giulia, and the Slovenian spirit have in mind the opportunity that this celebration will represent for us, and decided to start and to share a common project for tourism development. This project is oriented to create a common tourism supply focused on the First World War, and recently reached two important objectives. The first one is the organization of a workshop in Kobarid last summer, where stakeholders like tour operators, hotels, museums, and incoming travel agencies have the opportunity to get in touch and to learn a method to create cross-border packages, to have the opportunity to experience the history of the First World War in Friuli Venezia Giulia and in Slovenia. But now I leave the floor to Goran Skirt, that is the director of Spirit Slovenia in Milan, that will illustrate you how we reached this objective together.
Dobro jutro še z moje strani. Buongiorno a tutti. It's nice to see you here. So I would like to explain why we started to collaborate with Friuli Venezia Giulia Tourism. The question was not how to start to collaborate, it was more, for us it's not thinkable not to collaborate with them, because our partners, our economy of course collaborates for years with Friuli Venezia Giulia. People that come to visit Caporetto goes to visit also the Puglia, and not just for the tourism of the first world tour. So it was something very, very logical, and 100 years of the First World War was just a great excuse for us to do something more. So we decided to do something more. We started to talk about it something like 1 year, 1.5 years ago, and a couple of months ago we had this first workshop where we found our partners from economy, from one and from the other side of the border, and we just simply put them together. Then we found the travel agencies, or travel agencies found us and the partners, and they made this simple product for the beginning. Here are the programs, and that were printed by our organization, and yesterday presented at TTG Rimini, maybe the biggest fair now in Italy. So yesterday we started this second phase, let's say, selling this product. It's very easy. The idea is very simple. We put to the travel agencies and to our partners three very basic rules. One of the questions when we decided to do this program, to do this project, was, do you really want to propose First World War? And we said yes, we want to propose that, because there will be a lot of talking about First World War in the next 2 years, next year, when it's 100 years that Gorizia and Trieste entered in First World War, and 15, that is the beginning of the First World War for the rest of Italy. And then till 17, the Battle of Caporetto, and then 18, the end of 100 years of the end of First World War. So we said, yes, let's do that. But we decided not to do that project just for people that want to visit the museum, that are interested just in war stuff. But let's do it for everybody, also for people that would just like to see the places where 100 years ago happened these battles, and today they want to do other things, like they want to go to eat, they want to go to taste wines, and they want to go to cycle, and things like that. So, for the agencies, we proposed them three basic rules, and this was that their programs must be at least in some part based on the First World War. As I said, it can be based for professional or for people that are not so interested, but they want to hear stories about Hemingway and Rommel and people that participated here 100 years ago. The other rule was, and this was quite important, that it happens here. The program must be based here, in the Socha Isonzo Valley and in the Karst region. And the third, and I think the most important rule that we gave to travel agencies from Slovenia and from Italy was that people should stay in Slovenia and in Italy. Not or Slovenia or Italy, but they have to sleep one night in Slovenia and one night in Italy, or more nights, as it depends how long the program is. And this is, I guess, the most important thing, because 100 years of First World War will pass. But these relations that will be connected now, because now travel agencies are calling across the border and they find new partners, this will stay for a longer period. And of course, we are public service, and economy does not like that we propose them what they should do and they shouldn't do. So we have to give them something. And what we give them for this, I'm talking about ISIG Slovenia, Spirit Slovenia, and Friuli Venezia Giulia Tourism, is that everybody that respects these basic rules, and there are plenty of them till now, will have a free promotion in Italy, on fairs in Italy, in Europe, and all over the world. We'll translate these brochures and we'll take them on our fairs when we participate, or Friuli Venezia Giulia participate, all over the world. And the other thing is, of course, that we'll put this, we already did, and since this is work in progress, we will do some more on the internet. The most exciting or interesting thing in this project is that here is not a lot of money that is that we need. It's more the idea that matters, and it's still, and it will be for next 2-3 years work in progress. So we are listening to our economy, and they have some good ideas, and if it's possible, we try to let it live. We try to give them conditions to propose, to let know, and to sell these programs. So, not to be too long, for us it was and it is important to collaborate with Friuli Venezia Giulia, maybe even more than in Italy or in Europe, on the overseas countries, destinations, because it's very nice to be their partners. They are Friuli Venezia Giulia, and many people come because they think Venice is in their region. And I think this will stay for the future. We think, when we are sure, we should not be competitors with them, but we should compete towards third nations, towards third destinations in this matter.